Would you guys like to give us the grand tour? Oh, I take that as a yes. Hey there everybody, and welcome back to the channel, or welcome if you are new. My name is Brianna, and here we don't always fix things, but we do make them less broken. I'm just gonna cut right to the chase. Today, we're making over my entryway, one of my entryways, because I just realized that I actually have two. We're making over, not my main entryway, but my lower entryway, this one that's actually right behind me right now. Would you guys like to give us the grand tour? Oh, I take that as a yes. So this is the garage door. Very nice, thank you, Onyx. And then here, you guys might recognize this pretty little accent wall from a certain YouTube video, like last year, probably like a year and a half ago at this point. We painted this accent wall in the YouTube video, which I will link below. And this accent wall is my pride and joy, and I love it so much. And it's so cool and cute and quirky, but it is all of the making over that we have done in this tiny little hallway. Like I already said, that's the garage door. This is the door that we come in through probably 98% of the time. So this is an entryway. It's not the main entryway, but it's an entryway. It's time to make it pretty and more aesthetic. So luckily we're not doing any this is not a major renovation gut job right now. I'll tell you what we're gonna do. Runner, rug. We're gonna do some touch-ups of the baseboards in here because they are old. Some of them are actually missing quarter round, like actually just that little piece right there. For some reason, the corner doesn't have quarter round on it. And thank you, Alpha. And we're gonna fill some of these nail holes. Oh, yeah, thank you. We're gonna touch up paint. Thank you very much, Zeus. Okay. We're gonna take care of this big, blank, drab, sad, depressing wall right here. We're gonna build a bench that's gonna go right there. Yes, I said build. Or should I say we're gonna attempt to build a bench. Then, moving on up, we're gonna do something about this ceiling. Now, I don't love textured ceilings, but our house is built in the 70s and they're all throughout our house. And generally, I have dealt with it, but last year, me and Ace thought that we would try and sand them down, and it is so much work and it is so incredibly messy. We tried, we failed, and I mean, I guess we didn't fail because this half of the ceiling is smooth, so it worked, but it was just far too much work. And so I've decided that I want to do something else to it, but leaving it here, it's quite unsightly. So we're gonna figure out something to cover up the ceiling to make it pretty. Haven't figured out yet what that is, but we're gonna do it. We're gonna change this boob light right here, and that's a smoke detector that has to stay there. So that's the project. It's currently a Friday. It's probably not all gonna get done this weekend, but yeah, I'm gonna go to the gym. In the meantime, we're gonna cut away to past Brianna, and you guys are gonna rug shop with me, and I will show you which rug we chose. And first stop is Wayfair. I feel like that's the most appropriate first stop here. I started to look at the sale rugs. Oh, I came across this one. I just couldn't believe a $1,000 rug was anywhere on Wayfair, but Wayfair is actually kind of notorious for being expensive though, right? I just wanted to see it. Anyway, so they were having a sale. I mean, I feel like they're always having a sale. So I was just scrolling through some rugs here. I came across a few that I liked scrolling through, and something I like to do is look at customer review photos to see how they look like in real life. And this one, I didn't really care for how it looked in real life. Just continuing to browse here, I came across this one that I thought was pretty cool. And after looking at it closer, I decided I didn't really care for it. So something that's important to us, being that we have 3 dogs, is that a rug is machine washable. Wayfair pulled up some pretty good machine washable options. This was the first one that stuck out to me. I was looking at the review photos for this one, and I realized that way more blue than the pictures, and I really didn't care for it. Here's another one that I thought looked nice. It was subtle, and I also like the blue tones. And then I also like this flat weave kind of southwestern style one. Southwestern is a style that I frequently gravitate toward. I don't know why, I just like it. I don't know if I have a style. I'm somebody who just kind of likes what I like. So at this point, I found a couple good options on Wayfair that I liked, but I still wasn't sold on any, so I hopped on over to Amazon. So that is where we are now. I really like this one. This particular one had some, the fringe on the edges, and it came in a lot of different colors. I kept coming back to this like kind of terracotta rust colored one. So at this point, I had it narrowed down to these 3, this flat weave cotton one with the blue stripes, and then this pretty flat weave southwestern rug, and then this rust colored terracotta one that we found on Amazon. I was preparing to buy that terracotta one I just showed you, but I don't know, something in my gut kind of told me to keep on looking, and I'm glad I did because I kept searching Amazon and I came across this one that you're looking at right now. This one comes in a few different patterns, and I saw this one and I was like, okay, I think this is the one. It's machine washable. It's got the non-slip backing. You can easily spot clean it. It's low pile. And so this is actually the one that we went ahead and ordered. So yay, we found a rug, and it was about $34. So after sweeping up the hallway, here I am just showing you what the baseboards look like. A lot of areas are pretty beat up, nail holes visible, there's some cracks and things. We're gonna take care of all that. First thing that we're going to do is add quarter round to this little corner of the hall that for some reason doesn't have quarter round. So I'm using my miter shears and I'm cutting a piece of quarter round that we had left over from another project. Okay, so before I actually put the quarter round on, I'm just sanding down some pretty rough edges there. And for the first piece, I pretty easily was able to hammer a finishing nail in there and get it secured. But for this other piece, I had kind of a difficult time trying to figure out what to do, and it was because of the angle. I had the hardest time trying to hammer that nail in there at the angle. So after trying for a couple minutes, I decided to cut my losses and just use wood glue instead. The next step is to take some dried X spackling and fill in all of the holes and nooks and crannies in these baseboards and the quarter round. I'm also doing some small repairs of nails that are kind of sticking out too. So now it is finally time to paint. This paint is left over from another project. It's pretty basic brand Glidden premium paint. I actually had this color matched at Home Depot. I got a piece of our quarter round from somewhere else in the house that had popped off, brought it into Home Depot, and they color matched it for me. And that's the color that I use on all the trim in the house now. So I'm just painting over everything now. I had to get a couple smaller paint brushes to get some of the smaller details. I started off trying to use this piece of paper that you see kind of as a barrier between, like as a way to protect the floor, but I eventually gave up because it just started to get in the way and it was much too cumbersome, and also because I didn't feel like using painter's tape, and I ended up just not using anything to protect the floor. This type of paint, I think it's latex paint. Once it dries, it is very easy to scratch off of laminate floor. So that's just what I ended up doing. And it's actually far less work than sitting there taping up the floor would have been. So if you're wondering why I didn't bother with tape, it's because I was just lazy and didn't feel like it. This is my first ever unboxing on any of my social media accounts ever. And I don't know that I did a great job because I just kind of ripped the box open, but here we are. So this is the rug that I chose. It is so incredibly soft. I'm about to secure it down with these sticky rug pads. I really like these. I'm having a hard time getting into focus, but it says Home Tech Pro. I'll link these below. I get these on Amazon. I've actually been using these for a couple years on all the rugs in our house, and they do a phenomenal job at keeping rugs in place. This rug does already have a grip pad, but because this is such a high traffic area, I wanted to add the grip pad just as some extra reinforcement. These are really easy to put down, and the key is just to make sure that the surface, the floor, is really clean. I didn't do it on camera, but I wiped down the floor with an alcohol pad before I put the stickies on. So I've actually decided to end the video here before I show you guys me building the bench. And I decided to start breaking my videos up into different parts instead of waiting until a room is 100% done. For, first of all, ease of editing, and also just makes more sense for me to kind of break down projects into multiple episodes. So yeah, I'm gonna end this video here, and this is the point we are at with the lower entry makeover, and in the next video I'll show you guys how I built my bench. Thanks for watching.